Welcome back to the shop, guys. I'm Stoner Ericson from Ericson Design Company. I'm here with my good friend
Joe from Joe Daddy's Woodshop.
Yeah, we're out in Los Angeles. I'm out working in Santa Monica. Joe was one of my subscribers, and we actually became friends because he commented on my videos. I started checking out his channel, which you should totally check out. It'll be right here. His channel will be linked right here. So we're out here looking at his shop. We don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to tell you guys as subscribers and commenters, we're real. We didn't know each other.
Nope.
We found each other through YouTube and a social media. We had something in common and we become friends. So we're going to do kind of like a little tour of his shop. Nothing too fancy, just to show him. So stick around. I'm Stoner Ericson from Ericson Design Company.
I'm Joe Daddy from Joe Daddy's Woodshop.
And let's build something.
Ta!
All right, so one of the things I liked about Joe's shop is he builds these really cool, custom, amazing cornhole boards. They're really much more farther than anything I've done with the epoxy or the X-Carve. So right now he's actually showing me some cool tricks that he does with the lighting, and I think he's going to make a video about that, so look for that as well. But anyway, give us what is going on here, man?
Alright guys, so what we do is we actually get a design, some kind of theme from a customer or whatever, and then we use the Inventables X-Carve. Love that thing, by the way.
Yeah.
And we carve that out, and then we do it. This is actually an epoxy inlay, and we actually just leave a carve in there, and then put epoxy on top, sand it down, finish it up. To say this the least, I'll put a video up there. I'll pass it to him. Maybe he'll put it down below. We don't know, but either way, I'll put a link to it. My wife actually does all my finishing for me, so. Guys, if you're not good at finishing, my wife is very good, but you'll have to work on it.
Yeah, it's a really family affair in a shop like this. You know, Joe and I have about the similar size of shops and his creative uses of space. One of the first videos I watched of his, he creates these bait traps and grows his own insects to feed his lizards and other types of animals. And it's super organized. It's really freaking cool. I actually really like that. His X-Carve, come around here, let's look at this. So, how long have you had this X-Carve?
So I've had the X-Carve for about maybe a year.
Yeah.
We've done enough, and that's only the first one I've ever gone into my wasteboard there. So that's a pretty good run on that.
Did you have any training when it came to CNCs or designing or anything like that?
You know, CNCs, no, but I did watch. I watched your videos, and I also watched a couple of other people's videos.
Yeah. What about easel and that? Did you like learning that, or do you find that hard?
I have a CAD drafting background, so it was pretty simple.
That.
Yeah, I had that point.
So I didn't have any of that background. And I told Joe when we were on the phone, I actually bought my CNC machine and put it in a cart in 2019. I didn't have any money to buy it, but in my head I already owned it. And it took me a year to get it, and I wasn't a computer guy. I didn't even own a computer my whole life. The last year I was in high school was the last year there was a wood shop at my high school. The next year they turned it into a computer lab. So I'm like that guy who's kind of at the cusp of, you know, here's you're going to be a woodworker, or no, you're going to know computers, and I chose woodworking. So I found mine super user friendly. You know, we got the 1000mm one. You know, I have a lot of videos on that. You can see the kind of craftsmanship that Joe does on his. One of the things I like about yours, and this is honest and straightforward, is your epoxy work. Your like this A here, it has a fleck swirl to it. I haven't been able to do any of that. Like. Maybe I'm just not as good as you, or I don't know. And I'm gonna pick your brain about it, about what kind of pigments you're using and how you're swirling those, because that's a whole nother level that he's at. That again, we've only had our X-Carves maybe for a year, me about 7 months, and the stuff that he's doing. Now, Inventables, you're gonna get at us. You're gonna sponsor both of us. Today is early 2021, and by 2022. We will be sponsored by X-Carve. And Mike at X-Carve, I email you every week to remind you of that. So remember this video when you see that. Another thing that we both have in common is this DeWalt 735 planer. I don't know if the lighting's good over here. Joe has been, I guess it's like an old jukebox, trying to get this thing to go. I've given him some advice on it. He's watched other YouTube videos, but he hasn't been able to get it to run stuff through and pull stuff through to catch. So if you have this planer, if you work for DeWalt, get at either of us either on our Instagram or TikTok or on our YouTube channels, and let's get this thing fired up. Someone out there knows the ins and outs of this, and the real thing that's happening is it's not pulling any wood through, so they're not engaging. He's changed that clutch, so this is something I want as a community. All of your 500 subscribers, your 700 or 800 subscribers. I want you guys to get together. I want you to call DeWalt, say we need to help these guys fix this, because I love mine and I haven't had the issues he's had with it as well. Now I have a little bandsaw at mine. I have the cheapest bandsaw on Amazon at my shop, and it's about this size. So you use it in the same way. It's just kind of to scroll letters or mix something off.
Just be able to cut around some of the letters that I do. I don't use it very much because I have the X-Carve, so it takes a lot of that stuff out for me.
Yeah. But do you have a scroll saw?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I have a beat-up scroll saw that is kind of like an old sewing machine that I tend to use not super often, but I like that you have that because I use mine a little bit. Now, he doesn't have any flip-top tables like we have in the shop, and this could both go on a flip-top table.
They can, but I don't have the craftsmanship you have.
Oh, shit.
He's got a great one. He's got a video. He's going to put that link right here. Right here is that going to be that video.
I'm going to eat it. I ate that link. Well, let's come back over here. This, again, we're in LA. It's just really cool to finally meet you. And, you know, I think you're a cool guy. And, you know, we've become friends over time. So make sure you guys leave a comment on people's page. If they engage you, if they're too busy to engage you, if a robot engages you, try to support these local guys like us who are up-and-comers. And, you know, I think that that's important to do. And leave us a comment right now. In fact, if you leave the comment, leave us a comment, we're going to comment back, thank you.
Absolutely.
So it's been really cool meeting you, man.
Same here, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm Stoner Ericson from Ericson Design Company.
I'm Joe Daddy from Joe Daddy's Woodshop.
And we built something.
Ta-da!
Okay, you guys are like meant for each other.
That's good, right?
Yeah.